Welcome to the DermCoder training series. The purpose of this video is to show you how to log in to DermCoder from any web browser. Remember your user settings so you don't have to enter your username and password each time. Set up your account for your specific Medicare locality and some of the changes that you can make in the back end to your user profile. So in order to log into DermCoder, open up your favorite browser. We prefer Google Chrome. However, it'll work in Opera, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, etc. So simply go to www.dermcoder.com. Once you're there, you'll see a login button in the upper right corner. You're going to enter the username and password that you set up or we created for you. In this particular example, I'm going to use a dummy account of Gomer Pyle, the password that was set up. Now you can click the Remember Me box here, and this will save it to your browser's cookies so that you don't have to enter it each time. After you've logged in for the very first time, you could also save a shortcut to your browser favorites or your toolbar, or even make a link or a copy to that on your desktop of whatever computer you're using. And there's information about that in our frequently asked questions. So I'm going to click Remember Me and click the Login button. The very first time that you log into DermCoder, you have to click through the AMA's CPT licensing agreement. There's nothing in here other than acknowledging that you're going to be using the AMA CPT codes. So you're going to go ahead and click the Accept button, and then it'll take you straight forward into DermCoder from that point. We're not going to focus on using DermCoder in this particular video, but you'll see in the upper right corner it says welcome and your name. It should have your expiration date. In this particular instance, our account expires July 2nd, 2020. It'll show you what version we are currently logged into, and DermCoder will always default you to the current version. A couple things that I want to point out for you are the log out button in the upper right corner. When you're done, we prefer that you actually click the log out button rather than simply closing your browser by Xing it out. We'll explain that in another video. We're going to focus on the Options tab here right now. And you'll notice if we go back into the DermCoder main screen, which is the screen you get to when you log in, on the right side it shows you the Medicare fee schedule is currently set for the national average. Well, I right now am going to be located in Miami, Florida. Let's use that as our example. And I want DermCoder to remember that I'm located in Miami, Florida. Well, you can change that permanently by clicking the Options tab. And from the Options tab, we have all of the Medicare localities set up. From this drop-down button here right now, we can see all of the specific Medicare localities that are available. And I'm going to scroll down and look for Florida, and here's one that is unique to Miami, Florida. It includes Dade and Monroe counties. You'll notice that California has a lot of Medicare localities. If you're unsure which one you are, for example, you're in San Jose, Sunnyvale, California, you can click on that locality and it'll show you what county that specific option includes. We can go to the other San Jose, and this one is Santa Clara County. So let me go back to Florida. We're going to go to Miami, and then I'm going to hit Save. One other thing to point out on this screen is right above the Save box, there is a percentage populated in this box. It says second fee schedule equals Medicare plus, and there's a percentage populated. Some practices like to bill Medicare, the Medicare rates, because we know what they are, and they like to establish a second fee schedule for all their commercial and self-pay patients, and they often base that upon Medicare's rates plus a certain percentage. What DermCoder can do for you is actually do those calculations, and it'll be apparent on some of the other screens, like when we're looking up CPT codes or we're exporting fee schedule data. So let's say in this particular example, I have a Medicare fee schedule, and I have a second fee schedule that is for Medicare plus 95% of the Medicare rates. I can actually change this to 95% and hit Save, and I'll show you where that comes into account later as well. There are three blue tabs across the user options. If I click the second one, this is the user information specific to me. Now, the only thing I can really change in this screen is my password, which is on the bottom here, and the email associated with the account. I cannot change the username. I cannot change, of course, my account number and expiration date. But if I wanted to change my password, I can put my old one in here, and then I can put my new one in twice and make sure you hit the Save button. Also some options here, some check boxes. These will be apparent later on when we look at the quick check modifier checking tool, but you can permanently turn on or turn off some of these checkboxes that'll appear in our modifier checking tool. I like to leave everything in here checked on and then hit save. And then we also have a notifications tab. If we post any articles in the news database, you can either elect to permanently turn off any email alerts for you, or you can actually subscribe to certain ones. By default, everyone is subscribed on to alerts, and but you can uncheck things if needed. So that's about it. Now to get back into the main program, once you've configured everything, we're going to click this little DermCoder tab, and you'll see on the right side that we now have it set for Florida, Miami. And when we log back in the very next time, it will remember that we have selected Florida and Miami. We're done with this particular screen, so when we're finished using DermCoder for this particular session, we click Log Out. And that is it. So be sure to watch the rest of our training videos. This is the first of many. This is basically showing you how to get your account configured and some of the changes that you can make.